Are you considering a move to McKinney, Texas? Well, if so, then you're in the right place, because in this video, I'm going to take you on a private tour of a couple of neighborhoods around town, as well as some of the little local spots here. As you can see, I'm standing in the middle of historic downtown McKinney. So we're going to take a look around here, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite little shops and eateries that I like to pop into, and then we'll get to the houses after that. But hopefully, after watching this video, you will have a little bit better idea of what McKinney's all about, and you might be able to decide if it is the place for you. If this is your first time to the channel and you're excited to learn everything there is to know about the Dallas-Fort Worth area, be sure to subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you're always up to date on the latest market insights. My name is Tara McGraw. I'm a realtor here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I help people like you every single day. So whether you're looking to make a move in a week, a year down the road, across country, or all the way across the globe, feel free to reach out. My contact information is in the description below. My team and I would love to help you make a smooth transition to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So all sorts of boutiques and little home goods stores and all kinds of things here in the downtown area. It was actually established in 1848, so that's one of the things that I really love about it, is that they all have the original facades on all of these buildings. For them, as far as I know, they're all the original facades. And I think they've just done a really beautiful job of maintaining the historic look of this area. So anytime I'm in McKinney, Texas, I always have to stop off at Goodies, because it's one of my all-time favorite sweet shops. I actually used to own a bakery. Fun fact, I used to own a bakery, and I didn't make all of my own things. I mean, I made all of my own baked goods, but I didn't make all my candy. I actually used to get it from here. So I think you're really gonna enjoy it. I came here to purchase them because it tasted like homemade, and that was my whole thing. So homemade, this is what you want. You want it to taste like homemade. So they have fudge. This is one of my favorite things in the world, is fudge. So you can come and get fudges, but see, they bag up all of their candies in little bags like this, and they would just put my label on it. You can get little favors, like if you're having a party or something, you can come and get little bagged chocolates that you can give to your guests whenever they are leaving. And then all sorts of candies here. You can get boxes of chocolate, you know, because life is like a box of chocolates. Except here you do know what you're going to get because it tells you on the label. So you can also get little gifts here, because now that you live in Texas, you are going to need to send all of your friends gifts, and you've got little Texas shaped baskets that they will send out for you. Super cute and delicious. Everything is delicious here. So my very favorite thing is, let me see if I can find it. It was a chocolate covered toffee. It may be sold out. I can understand why it would be sold out, because it was the very most delicious. It was like a toffee, and it was dipped in chocolate, and it was like crunchy, but then you had the chocolate. It was amazing. This right here is the milk chocolate almond toffee, and it is literally, I mean, I don't know if it's literally like crack cocaine, because I've never done crack cocaine, but I could imagine it being as addictive, because it is delicious. So Goodies, that's what this place is called. And actually, I just learned from the gentleman behind the counter, who was actually not that much of a gentleman, that they sold this a few years ago. So it's not the same family-owned place that I thought it was. I mean, hopefully it's all the same recipes. It looks like they have a lot of the same things, but I will say that he was a little bit snarky, and I didn't really like him very much. Sorry, Goodies. So check out Goodies whenever you come through. It'll be a crowd pleaser. It always is. Lots of little boutiques, lots of clothing boutiques and home goods type boutiques, as well as little bars like the Celts right here, and restaurants, things like that. So lots of entertainment. And it doesn't just end at the square right here. it goes down the side streets as well. So if I walk around the corner here, you can see that actually extends all the way down, and that goes for all of the corners. So tons and tons of options when it comes to entertainment and finding things to do. Got the McKinney Art Gallery here for you art lovers. Check that out. So McKinney was actually a big cotton town. So Texas in general had a lot of cotton grown here, but the thing about McKinney is that they had 4 cotton gins, and it became a major stop on the railroad because of that. So people could easily get in and out of McKinney to process their cotton. So that's kind of what got it to take off, and they ended up making it the county seat. So you can see the old courthouse. There's a good view of that behind me. It's known for its courthouse. Now, the courthouse, they stopped using it in 1979, I believe, back in the 70s, and it sat vacant for a really long time. In 2006, it was refurbished or restored, and they ended up making it into a theater. So you can still go see a play there at the McKinney Courthouse. This little cafe is called Spoons right here. It's cute. It has a little patio, kind of home cooking kind of a place. You can even order catering, like big casseroles and things. So if you don't want to cook, get a big casserole, heat it up. The Landon Winery back here behind me is a pretty big deal. People like to come here and sit on the patio because they've got some nice shade. And we love our shade here in Texas because it does get warm in the summer. So nice place to hang out. So you do have some nightlife options. Rick's Chop House was always a popular one. I actually went there once on a date. The guy took me there, and it was a nice place. Great food. I really liked the Chop House, but I just didn't really like him that much. So we just went out the one time, but it still was a great place to take me. Good date night place. Cute little toy shop here. The Rockin' AB, I think is what it's called. My son would have liked that when he was little. McKinney has a lot to offer as far as events also, not just in the square, but just around McKinney in general. They do have several here in the square though. This looks cute. Birds and Words, a home boutique. I haven't been there before. Maybe we should go in. Wow. Smells so good in here. Oh, I love this place. So these are exactly the types of shops that I would expect here. They're all so beautifully decorated, and they have the most unique gifts that you can find around town. And just fun places like this is what people want. You would not believe how good it smells in here. Sweet Grace, this is the one. This is the candle. I'm gonna have to get one of these. I need it. And it's pretty too. Sold. Birds and Words. I got one. That's the best smelling candle. It smells like a spa. I would come here just for this candle. I mean, I did just come here for this candle pretty much. If you think about it. So back to the events, now that I have my candle. Sorry, I got distracted for a minute. Pretty easy when it comes to home fragrances. So they have lots of events here in McKinney, not just downtown, but all over. The 4th of July thing up here is called Red, White, and Boom, and it's a big deal. It's over at Gabe Nesbitt Park, but they have a parade too. I'm not sure if the parade is in this historic part or not, but that's a really, really big thing that they have with the fireworks show and all that. They also have the Krewe of Barkus, which is a parade right before Mardi Gras. It's the Sunday before Mardi Gras, and that is where everybody brings their dog in a costume. I mean, who doesn't want to see dogs dressed up in costumes and parading around the square? I do. I want to see that. Magic Maker's Studio, right here, home of the Magic Santa. Let me just tell you that I did a session there with my son one year. He was 8 or 9, and the Santa that they have looks so real. He's a legit Santa, and it had my son believing for another good 2 years on that. So if you need to squeeze out a little bit of extra Santa love from your little one, that's gonna get it for you. Now, I did have to spend $160 on a $10 toy that he had been wanting, that he told me that he would know Santa was real if he got, because I would never buy it for him, which he's exactly right. I would never buy that for him. But when he said that, I was like, oh my gosh, now I've got to buy that thing. So I drive up here to McKinney. It's like a 30-45 minute drive from where I live. I drive that $160 piece of plastic up here to McKinney so that he can have Santa give him a gift out of his bag. It was amazing. Well worth the money for the photos and for the experience. So as you can see, many choices here in downtown McKinney. You've got several pizza places. The Mellow Mushroom is looking pretty tasty. It smells good. And there's a cute popcorn store across the street that's called Mom and Pop Popcorn. I think that is pretty darn adorable. Let me show you what that looks like. Can you see it? I think it's so cute. So lots to do. Axe throwing. You want to throw an axe around? Here you go. The horse's axe. Did you get it? The horse's axe. So if you're looking for something to do in downtown McKinney, you've got plenty of options, and I feel like you've got a pretty good taste of it. So let's move along and go check out some neighborhoods. This stop takes us to the Villages of Lake Forest. Now, this neighborhood is fairly sought after because of the schools. Now, McKinney ISD, the independent school district, is A-rated by niche.com. So anywhere you go in McKinney, you're gonna have a pretty good school. But there's one high school that stands out amongst the rest of them, and that is McKinney Boyd High School. It was actually rated in the top 8% of schools in the entire United States. I was really impressed. I had no idea. I knew the schools were good out here, but top 8%, that's pretty good, according to USA News. So people really want to live in this neighborhood because it's in the McKinney Boyd High School attendance zone. And you can get a lot of house for your money over here. Housing prices have gone up everywhere, and it's getting harder and harder to find any square footage under $500,000, and you can find that in this neighborhood. So a good value, good schools, and it's a very family-friendly neighborhood. McKinney in general is very family-friendly, but this neighborhood in particular really gets into it at like at Halloween. There is a little cul-de-sac where they block it off, and there's everybody has their garage doors open. They're giving out candy. One guy was giving out hot dogs. Another guy had popcorn and, you know, just all kinds of stuff. I actually had a girlfriend that lived a couple streets away, and I brought my son here to trick or treat that year, and I just couldn't believe all of the people and all the kids and just how friendly and how social everyone was. So I think that's, you know, something that if you're looking for a very social neighborhood that's family friendly, then this could be the one for you. Now, this home right here behind me is currently listed at just under $500,000. Now, it was built in the year 2000, and it looks very well maintained, but it does need a little bit of updating. The cabinets are, you know, just kind of like that honey color wood that, no offense if you still love that, but it's kind of out of style. So you could very easily go in there and paint those, put some drawer pulls and cabinet pulls on there, and there you go. Slap some countertops on and you're looking good, but it's very livable. So it's not like it's, you know, something that needs to be flipped. Still in pretty good shape. It's actually quite a bit of house for the money if you think about it, because it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath with a 2-car garage, and it's just under 3,000 square feet. So that puts you at around $177 a square foot, and most of the houses over here are closer to, you know, $195 a square foot. So I think that's a pretty good value when you look at what you're getting as far as the square footage goes and the space and the schools and how expensive houses are getting. So like I said, you can get a good value here for the money. I'm really excited to show you this neighborhood. It's one of my favorites in the whole city of McKinney. It's called Village of El Dorado. Now, let me just start by saying these homes are a little bit older, but that's kind of what I like about them. They're all custom homes. None of these are, you know, cookie cutter cutouts. These are all individuals. They all look different, and I like that. Plus, they don't build them like they used to build them. I feel like everything's just hot glued together or something. They don't even put real wood in homes anymore. So this is where you're gonna find a very good quality home. Like this one right here. This one's being updated. I think I see some Faro and Ball paint colors in there. I like it. So these are older homes, but they're luxury custom homes. And people come through and they redo these. Now, I did see one earlier that was obviously new, so someone did tear one down, and if it gets, you know, if it's in disrepair, then okay, I could see tearing it down, because you do have a lot of value in the land here, because it is a very nice neighborhood and very sought after. But mostly they're built well enough that if somebody has maintained it over the years, maybe it's a little bit dated, but you can come in here and you can update these and they turn out really nicely. Lots of trees all throughout this neighborhood. It's very scenic when you drive through and you can just see all the trees everywhere, and I just think it's so pretty. And there are hills, and Texas is flat and we just don't get a lot of hills here. So whether they're manufactured or not, I don't care. I just like it. So this home right here, let me tell you about this home, okay? This is a good one. It's a big one. It's 5,374 square feet. I realize that's a lot of house, but wait till you hear the price. It's a lot, okay? It's a lot, but not in comparison to Dallas and even Plano or Frisco. This is a good deal, okay? McKinney is a good deal. You can get this house, 5,374 square feet, okay? It's 5 bedroom, 5 bathrooms, and it has a 3-car garage. You've got 4 living areas, top of the line appliances, Viking range, Sub-Z refrigerators, all the top of the line things. Now, it is not fully updated. It's reasonably updated. It's fairly updated, but on a luxury home like this, a lot of times people aren't going to go in and do all of the little things because they're afraid that they do these things and then you don't like it. So a lot of times they just do the important things, and then you need to come in and kind of, you know, do the details, make it your own. So it's updated enough for the price, I'll tell you that. So for all that, it's going to cost you $1.26 million. Now, I know that sounds like a lot when you first hear it, but watch some of the other videos that I've done, and that doesn't sound like a lot at all. That actually sounds like a great deal. Now, this neighborhood not only has its own little club, it also has an elementary school. So you just carpool right on down the street to your own little elementary school. I think that's so awesome. So, you know, you never know, you might catch me up here living in McKinney, Texas one day. Walk with me, come with me. I have something else to show you. Now, that was a good one. That was a really good one. But this one is a really good one too, right here. Okay. 4,064 square feet. So maybe that other one is a little bit big for you. Maybe you don't need all that golf course lot. Maybe you just want, you know, the same size lot, but that doesn't back up to the golf course. Well, okay, here's one that's 1,000 square feet smaller. It's a 4 bedroom, 4 bath, still has the 3-car garage though. and it's on a 0.36 acre lot. Fully updated to the nines, top of the line everything, because I said they do everything nice here. You don't skimp on these houses. If you do, you're not gonna sell it. People aren't gonna like that. You need to do it, and you need to do it right. So you do that here, like they did this house. It's got cathedral ceilings, just absolutely gorgeous, very well done, modern, all the things that you would want. And it's priced at $909,000. So there you go, under $1 million. I don't know what else I can do for you. That's great. Now let's end our tour with some new construction. I know you guys love it. So here we are, we're at Aster Park. This place is kind of a big deal. I'm gonna walk you up and down the street here so I can show you the different builders. So you've got Shattuck Homes here. Now that's a good builder. You can see the architecture is kind of traditional, but they're calling it Texas modern. So, you know, I could see that. These are gonna start around $550 and they're gonna go up to about $800. Now that depends on the builder, depends on the square footage. There's a lot of things that you need to iron out, the lot size, things like that, to get into each price point. But just to give you an idea of what you're looking at, you've got MI Homes right here. A little traditional style here. This doesn't feel as Texasy to me, but it's a nice home. It's a pretty home. Now they're gonna have tons of amenities here. 62 acres of open space altogether. William Ryan Homes, they build a nice home. William Ryan. I feel like when they use their name, they're nicer. I don't know if that's just me in my head, but it just seems like when you put your name on something, I don't know. So William Ryan, it's a nice one. So lots of amenities. They're gonna have, within that 62 acres, there's gonna be a pool and 7 miles of jogging and hiking trails. There's gonna be an event lawn, a terraced game lawn. So I'm not sure what all they're gonna have there, but hey, whatever, that sounds good. Toll Brothers. Toll Brothers is a good one. We have a lot of Toll Brothers here in the Metroplex. The schools here are not McKinney schools. It's McKinney, the town of McKinney, but it's not McKinney schools. But you have Prosper schools, and Prosper schools are A+ rated by niche.com. So have no fear. You might not be at McKinney Boyd High School, but you're still getting an A+ rated school. And I wouldn't really worry too much about it. See, here's the other Toll Brothers. Now this one, to me, that kind of strikes me as Texas modern. I would call that Texas modern for sure. So you're not as close to everything that's in McKinney as far as like downtown McKinney and, you know, the things like that, the nature preserves and things that they have over there. You're actually kind of closer to Frisco over here. So if you're gonna go shopping, you're probably gonna go to Stonebriar or Legacy West and, you know, more of the Frisco destinations, which actually makes this pretty desirable in my opinion. So Highland Homes, these are pretty good houses. I do like a Highland home. They do a nice job. They're always, you know, well done, kind of on the modern side. This one to me looks a little more modern, and this one over here looks a little more like traditional, rustic. So there's a vibe for everybody here at Aster Park. See here? Here's your rustic vibe, all you rustic people. Now this community is going to be gated at some point. I'm not sure when that happens, but they're advertising it as gated. So lots of bonuses here in this neighborhood. It's gonna be huge and a really big deal. So if you're looking for something closer to Frisco, but you want Prosper ISD, this is a pretty affordable option when it comes to being close to Frisco. Frisco is getting pretty expensive, and McKinney, you cross over 380, you can get new construction for less than 600, 700,000. I think that's a pretty good option. Well, now that we've had a little taste of new construction, I will wrap this video up and say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful and that maybe you feel like you have a little bit better idea of what McKinney Texas is all about. And as always, whether you're looking to move next week or a year down the road, across country or all the way across the globe, feel free to reach out. My contact information is in the description below. My team and I would love to help you make a smooth transition to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And until next time, I will see you in the next video.